We are back. I am not going to waste any time. Ian, what do we have here today?
We got another PowerPoint, hot off the press.
I cannot believe it. I've been waiting for it forever.
A lot of requests for PowerPoints. Ian, how long have you been working on this project?
I've been kind of putting it together for maybe the last month or so.
And you've been working on it in secret, too. I didn't even know about this PowerPoint until relatively recently, but there's been a collab. There's just been a lot of interesting moving parts that's been going on in the shadows. So I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I had to go back and forth with somebody a little bit to put it together. So we finally just finished it, I think, this last weekend. So
what is the topic here? What are we exploring?
Well, I got a little intro to set it up, so
Okay,
I can
great.
play this, and then we'll go from there.
Welcome to the future.
The fuck? Holy shit, that wasn't Jay-Z, that was a robot. This is a crazy season of Westworld, dude.
This is a PowerPoint?
This is the intro, dude.
Whoa.
What the fuck? Yeah. What does it mean? What does it all mean, Ian?
Well, we're going to get into that. The presentation is called J.I. and the March of the Musical Machines.
Wow.
And that's the topic, artificial intelligence in music. There's been some interesting things going on, so I wanted to kind of compile some of it and share it with you guys. So,
Excited.
our story begins with a rapper, a robot, and a Navy SEAL. So I don't know if you guys heard this story a few months ago. A channel by the name of Vocal Synthesis put up this video of Jay-Z rapping the Navy SEAL copy pasta. He trained a machine to mimic his voice, and then it would output whatever text he put into the machine. So if you guys want to take a listen here.
Absolutely.
The fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch?
What?
All of you know I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Al-Qaeda, and I have over 300 confirmed kills. I'm trained in guerrilla warfare, and I'm the top slapper in the entire U.S. Armed Forces.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder what Jay-Z thinks about this. Did he ever acknowledge this?
Actually, he did. That's actually what set off this whole thing. How I first heard about this channel. One day later, the video was taken off YouTube.
Oh, come on.
And there were multiple articles written about it. He issued a copyright strike.
Wow.
His
So this
team,
is a really interesting precedent here.
Yeah, it sort of opens an interesting conversation about,
Who owns it?
Right.
ownership. And I reached out to the channel, Vocal Synthesis, and he actually kind of described what happened.
This
So
is
he
a
said
scoop.
in April.
Wow.
Yeah, in April, I posted 3 videos of my Jay-Z voice model rapping various texts. The next day, I received an email from YouTube that the videos had been removed due to a copyright takedown notice from Rock Nation LLC.
Wow.
When I clicked for further details, the reason stated was, this content unlawfully uses an AI to impersonate our client's voice.
Wow.
I was pretty surprised at this, since as far as I'm aware, this was the first time YouTube had removed a video for impersonating a voice using AI. I'd been posting these kind of videos for months and had not had any other videos removed for this reason. The day after the takedown, I posted about the situation on the community tab. I made a video about it as well. Thankfully, this was able to generate enough media attention that someone from YouTube looked into it and reversed the original decision. The official reason was, after viewing the DMCA takedown requests for the videos in question, we determined that they were incomplete. Pending additional information from the claimant, we have temporarily reinstated the videos.
So wait, I have to comment on this because I don't think you can DMCA remove for that reason. DMCA is for copyright, not for impersonating AI. I feel like he has a legal standing to countersue them for damages.
So, but just in general, what do you think about the topic?
It's crazy. I never even thought about that. It's super crazy. I don't know. I think, well, first of all, there's for sure no legal precedent. So like, but theoretically, I mean, you shouldn't be able to just make an album that sounds exactly like Jay-Z. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like this is just one project that's kind of novel and fun and exciting.
Yeah.
But like he could use this to actually make an album, especially as the technology gets better, as Jay-Z, and I wouldn't, and that's fucked up.
From Jay-Z's standpoint, though, if there isn't an option right now for AI, whatever reason for the takedown, then he probably just used whatever was available, which the closest one is the copyright.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably need to go. They need to figure out. I don't think that's what the DMCA is for. They need to figure out some other legal approach. I don't know. Although
which is YouTube obviously said no, we need more information, and then Def Jam did not pursue it further, and his videos went back up after this all happened.
Wow.
So, well, this is mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting thing because obviously he could get away with parody, but as you said,
but it's his voice.
Yeah, and so there is an interesting question there.
Well, you know, there's deepfakes where they do with sex porn with someone else's face.
So
I think it's the same argument to be made there.
I guess I never thought to take it down. Like if someone made one of me, it kind of seems like you said it's almost like just funny or novel idea. But I guess it's just because that technology is new still to us.
Yes, once it gets better. Okay, let's draw it out to its like ultimate conclusion. Let's say there's VR porn, and in the VR porn, they put your face on a body, and it's indistinguishable from having sex with you.
Yeah,
it's it is you. It's not your likeness. It's you, right? So I mean, and then in the case of any musical artist, they could do the same, right? So there's definitely an interesting dialogue there.
Yeah, and actually, so I kind of looked into the developments of this technology a little bit. So I kind of chronicled it a little bit so we can have a little history lesson on the whole thing. The first musical composition made entirely by a computer, the Iliac 1, was programmed in 1957 by these two dudes, Lahair and Hiller and Leonard Isaacson. It's called the Iliac Suite. So they put in a bunch of data from like famous composers, you know, Beethoven and Mozart and stuff. And they trained the machine to emulate their style and output its own score it created.
1957?
Yeah, so this has been around a while. So obviously it couldn't generate the music itself, but it created sheet music and then an actual set of musicians played it. So here's a little sample of it. So this was written by a computer. And this is what the computer looked like. That's the
Wait, I want to keep hearing.
Wow.
Okay.
Does it go anywhere? Yeah, let me hear this part. So how is this song received by like music critics?
I think, you know, at the time, obviously it's impressive in the world of computing, but I think it's probably viewed as kind of a novel idea or maybe a gimmick or something. I don't think you could really take it and fill up a concert hall or something. But
it worked.
Yeah, it worked, and it was definitely kind of ushering in a new way of approaching music, I think. And so that was the first piece of music composed by a computer. And then a few years later, the first singing computer was an IBM 7094, programmed in 1961 by John Kelly and Carol Lockbaum. So this is the first computer that actually made voice. And this might sound familiar. I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard this before, but I'll play a quick little bit of it.
Oh. Wow. So was Kubrick referencing that when he
That actually inspired that scene from 2001
Right.
with Hal that sings that song is because of this computer, which was referred to as Daisy. So that was the first computer generated singing voice.
Wow,
In 1961.
Fascinating.
That was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, super eerie.
Keep playing
when I
it.
first heard it.
Keep playing it for me.
It would be a stylish marriage.
Yeah, this I can see why this would inspire that nightmare.
But you look sweet upon the feet of a boy.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. So I asked Vocal Synthesis kind of how he did his Jay-Z voice, and he explained it to me. It's a little confusing. I don't know. If you want to read it, Ethan?
No, you read it. You're doing
Okay.
good, man.
First, I gather a training set consisting of transcribed audio of the speaker. Ideally, this would be at least a couple hours of clear, high-quality audio with minimal background noise. This is a somewhat tedious manual process, as I have to sync up the audio with the transcript and filter out parts of the audio that are unusable for training, e.g. if there's too much background noise or multiple voices overlapping. Once the training set is constructed, I fine-tune the Tacotron 2 model. That's the name of the program that he uses, which takes 6 to 12 hours. The result of this will be a voice model where I can pass in any text sentence by sentence, and it will output audio that sounds like the voice reading that text.
This guy's some kind of genius or what? Who is this guy?
So all of this is available.
Anyone can do this.
Yeah, you can go get this like Tacotron 2. You can get the code. It's all
You just
open
transcribe,
source.
you feed it in, you call it a day. It
Yeah.
would be really easy to do it to me because I'm just talking on the podcast all day.
Right. There's hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of source material, so it would be very easy for you to have that done. If
Uh-oh.
someone knows how to do it, obviously. So since the first singing computer, we've had many developments. In 1997, Sony Computer Science Laboratories Music Research Team is founded, going on to develop numerous technologies related to electronic-based music. So Sony has a whole division kind of devoted to advancing this technology. This was in 2002. It's called the Continuator, which I found kind of interesting. It's you play a piece of music. And so the computer is analyzing all this.
There's
right
something with the
now.
audio. He's having a duet with the robot.
So it takes what you play, and then it scans it and registers which notes and your pacing and your selections, and then it takes that and it continues it on
Oh my God.
without you. So, yeah, that's been developed a lot further since then. That was kind of the first instance of that in 2002. But there's now things that you'll play some notes and it will finish out a whole song. So it's pretty interesting. And then more recently, there's this thing called Ava, created in 2016. It's the first virtual composer to be recognized by a music society based in France. Using deep learning and reinforcement learning systems, it emulates classical styles like Bach and Beethoven, scanning their works and creating new ones to be used in video games, commercials, etc.
So this technology is actually applied commercially.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
here's a little example of how it works. They describe it
So
here.
how did Ava learn to be a classical composer? It starts with a huge database of classical music that's stored in MIDI format. This means that the computer knows every note and chord that's played, including the pacing and rhythm. Using a recurrent neural network, it looks for patterns in the selected tracks to understand the basic style of the music. Ava practices by predicting what notes will come next in the track. Once it gets good at these predictions, it creates a set of rules for that style of music. It's now ready to create an original score.
So it just scans it all and through trial and error figures out all the exact patterns to make like a functioning product. And so this program, I actually have a little example of this, what it sounds like. So there's a whole, I mean, this is an hour.
That was
it just
awesome.
generates.
Keep playing it. I'm curious. I really, they say that creatives will be the last ones to lose their jobs to AI, but this proves that wrong.
Completely.
Like, why would you even pay a music? Obviously, but like it's going in the direction where you can just have an AI squirt out a cinematic tune for your movie.
And in a way, it makes me wonder, like, would it make it cheaper then?
Of course.
So it kind of like will change the whole value of things and
'Cause
how
you-
we see what's valuable.
You could probably be like, I didn't like that one. Do another one.
Yeah.
Where with the composer, it's like how much effort's gone into that song.
I just spent like 3 months on this.
Yeah. Let me hear some more, Ian.
Okay.
This one's called I Am AI. Wow, how very self-aware. Can you skip forward? So are
Makes me wonder, like, how much does it learn? Because maybe what's special about being human is that, like, there's a little bit unpredictable, or like putting in there's something a little bit unpredictable. But then would it learn that too?
yes, I
So
would learn that because I feel like everything is a pattern, right? Even like
Yeah.
the best musicians, let's say there's something a little unpredictable or something, whatever it is they're doing, there's some kind of pattern to it, right?
yeah,
Is there what do composers think about this? Are musicians scared of this robot?
I mean, if you go down in the comments, there are a lot of people who are writing things like, I do this for a living. This does make me a little uneasy. I definitely saw a lot of that. Obviously, this is pretty new. This company, Ava, was made in 2016. But you can actually go and license Ava right now if you wanted to.
wow,
And churn out music for your products.
Wow.
So this is a whole other application of this software. It's called Vocaloids, and it takes singing computers to new heights. A Vocaloid, like famed Japanese sensation Hatsune Miku, is a piece of software that articulates lyrics in the voice of a character. The first Vocaloid, made in 2000 by Yamaha, was originally named Daisy in reference to that original singing computer I showed you guys back from the 60s. So I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this, but this is kind of like a pop sensation in Japan that is completely, generated by a computer. And the character doesn't exist, but still sells out concerts all over the world.
This shit is so crazy. Like, look at the size of this concert. So is this a hologram or just a screen?
Yeah, it's a screen that they project. They project it onto the screen, so it kind of looks like a hologram effect. So
I wonder if like the dancing is probably based on somebody's actual movements.
yeah, I'm sure.
But then the
That
whole
sounds like the easy
voice and the
part.
song and everything is just, I can't believe people actually go to see this. I mean, not to belittle their enjoyment. It's just surprising.
Well, this character was actually supposed to play at this year's Coachella.
Really?
Holy shit!
There was a slot for Hatsune.
How high up was she in the
I think like
leaderboard?
I think like the fourth line down.
Wow.
And because I wonder if she could play two venues at the same exact time, or if it's like a whole team dedicated to her.
Interesting question.
Because it's kind of like it kind of cheapens the experience of seeing her, right? If she's playing at other venues, like all over the world at the same time. I wonder.
I think they can blast her out though, because like technically the company that makes Hatsune, the Vocaloid, doesn't own anything that is then made with that software. We could buy this software right now if we wanted to.
Yeah, I was about to say that I've heard that people sample her voice in their own music. Like it's kind of like an open source voice.
Interesting.
I think having said that, the company, I think they put on like expos and things, and they try and be pretty involved with the whole thing, but that doesn't give them, control over the product.
And do you think that there's Hatsune Miku porn?
I mean, yeah, come on.
There's
Come on.
Porn and everything, of course.
Yeah.
But actually, what's so tantalizing about the idea of this machine for labels and things like that is then they build a big brand presence. They can license her out all over the place. There are so many commercials with Hatsune, and you don't have to worry about dealing with any talent. You just throw it around to whoever will pay. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. Apparently, this went viral. This Domino's
I remember.
ad.
I vaguely remember it, but I'd love to watch it.
I only saw it for the first time last night, and I was blown away. It's so funny.
Hello, everyone. I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Today, I'd like to announce a new collaborative project featuring Hatsune Miku. Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku exists in a software called Vocaloid. Vocaloid enables you to produce songs. A character named Hatsune Miku sings the songs you create. A great feature is you can create songs as you like. I knew our talented Domino's Pizza crew could work together and create great Vocaloid songs.
What's with the dramatic close-up of his eyes?
Yeah, it's so strange.
I want to watch the whole thing. Yeah, I don't want to miss a moment.
Kuropi, Eshi, Chokyoshi, Furitsukeshi. Everybody. Amazing Vocaloid songs have been created with the fantastic imagination of the crews from all over Japan. The challenge was successfully carried out, and this new collaborative app was produced. Based on Miku's image, the Domino's app changes its appearance. A lot of music and illustrations produced by Domino's crew are here. From the menu to the order, it looks very cute, just like Miku. Once your pizza's delivered, have some fun with Miku. It comes with a social camera function, and you can take various poses, pictures of Miku. Very cool. And last but not least, the live performance. Start the pizza stage live and point the camera towards the pizza box, and the pizza box will turn into a live dancing venue. A live performance of Love for Night, produced by Domino's crew. Here we go!
Dude, what? That shit is so crazy.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
It's kind of an epic collab.
It is an epic collab, but it's so dystopian and weird.
I mean, their app looks a lot more fun to use with the all the custom.
Give me any reason to buy a pie.
You go on YouTube and you can look up Hatsune Miku commercial compilations, and she's just been licensed out to everything.
Wow.
So it's perfect. So then here's another. We're getting near the end of it here, but this is another company called Jukebox AI that Vocal Synthesis actually told me to check out. It's backed by Microsoft, and it was recently started up in San Francisco. It evolves the whole process of generated music even further. And I got a couple audio samples from their website here. So this is country in the style of Alan Jackson. And what this system does is you just insert like thousands and thousands of hours of musical data from all genres, just all over the place. And it can take it and even the voice of people. So they tell them Alan Jackson and we want country. And it creates a whole new song with lyrics that has never existed before, sung by Alan Jackson. So it builds a whole new song, and you just hear this. This didn't exist until the software produced it.
They all can know it's gonna be alright. Let the darkness fade away. And you gotta feel the same.
It's a little fucked up, but
just as long as I ain't there, I'll be there in your life. I'll be there when
that's gotta kind of make you feel like an idiot as an artist. You're like, yeah, the robot's like, yeah, I get you. I can do that shit.
Yeah, the voice is a little warbly because, but it wrote the lyrics. It created the musical composition, how the lyrics were sung, just taking information from Alan Jackson's previous songs and catalog and just made this.
Wow.
And the audio is a little off, but this is fairly new technology. This was posted 4 months ago. So you have to just expand it out in like 10, 15 years. You could just pop out an Alan Jackson album.
Yeah, when artists are gone, you can have robots making new music for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and they can put in like, oh, we want kind of like a disco Alan Jackson album, and then it could do it.
Do we have that?
They haven't posted that yet, but it's a possibility. Here's another example: classic pop in the style of Frank Sinatra.
Whoa.
It's Christmas time and you know what that means. Oh, the touch-up time. As I like the tree this year, you'll be in a tub. Oh, the touch-up time. It's Christmas time.
It's super creepy, dude.
That is by far the most unsettling.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty unsettling, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it means that, like, as a listener, if you had like a weird fantasy, like I'd want to hear Michael Jackson rap, then you would be able to just request that.
Probably.
Or like artists that never coexisted collaborating or something. Jimi Hendrix does a guitar solo with Kurt Cobain or something.
Right.
That's something, though, that they actually have described on their site is we can pick any genre, pick any artist, and do kind of like a what if scenario.
Yeah.
So, and then they have all these things where they finish songs. You can find them on YouTube if you search like OpenAI finished song, like someone did like a Smash Mouth one, where they give it the first 20 seconds and then the AI makes the end. And it sounds like a new song. Obviously, I didn't include it because copyrighted music, but no, there's a whole wormhole of this stuff. It's so interesting.
Is this channel Jukebox AI popular? These tracks have a lot of listens?
I mean, not as much as you'd think for something like this, because it's still that warbly voice. It's not like as polished. Once they hit that point, maybe this is a song that you'd want to listen to. So we'll see. But combined with all the developments we've seen in the Jay-Z deepfake Navy SEAL incident that began our story, hologram tours such as the Whitney Houston experience start to raise some interesting questions regarding the future of music and ownership of an artist's identity. So I'm sure you've heard of these like hologram tours that have started to become a thing. This was the most recent one that was actually going right before lockdown at the beginning of this year with Whitney Houston. And when you look at something like this is a concert from back in, I think, January or February that people all attended with Whitney Houston. Her estate signed off on it. So this hologram was just touring the U.S. Now, if you take this...
Oh, those are real dancers on either side of her. What the
And there's a full band, but then she is a hologram.
Oh, my God. What? That's a weird gig as a dancer. Look at them. They're dancing with a ghost.
So if you'd like to imagine, jump forward a decade from now, you take this, you combine it with OpenAI, jukebox technology, you can go, I want like a brand new Tupac album, and he's going to tour it,
That's weird. I wonder if that will ever be kind of accepted.
I mean, you look at something like this, it's got a full house. These tours pretty successful. There's like a Roy Orbison one. There's been a couple. There's a couple companies that this is what they specialize in now.
So are these just how are they producing these holograms? These are her old performances that were recorded and they just blast her onto the
and then they take old recordings of her music, and I think they might actually do something where
it's like
they take her face and they put it on a body at times.
Right. They've done that, like, for example, when actors die during the production of movies recently.
Yeah. So pretty creepy stuff.
Yeah, that's wild. You think that a robot could replace me?
I would have never thought so, but this is kind of showing that.
Have I already been replaced? How do I know? Am I real?
Oh, I mean, hypothetically, we could swap you out. The H3 podcast could go on for hundreds of years. We have enough data.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of data. I mean, well...
So with the AI, you still get into, like, hot water? Like, would you still fuck up sometimes?
I mean, it's part of the pattern, right? AI, me
it's
would
in the
still...
algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if you could be replaced, but I don't know, maybe one of us.
Oh, yeah, you guys for sure. That's not even a question. Just sit here with a bunch of robots.
So this kind of brings us to the end of the presentation, and we got one final message that I've got here to share with you guys to wrap it all up. So I think you'll get a kick out of this.
You're listening to the HP podcast, who we got on the scene. Could be Papa Shoe Nice or Bill Delphine. We talking front wipe or back wipe. What you gonna do with me then, and the whole damn crew. Goose and gaps with all the guests you'll see. The best podcast in the world, take it from me, JC. Yeah, HP baby, we podcasting now. You're watching H to the 3. 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 Might drink some mayo while the incest on the sleep. Shredder was done barking, more freighters acting sweet. We'll do the real raw ritual with more and E.T. Share a laugh with the real Jersey outlaw Jimmy Lee. They said we wouldn't come back, but we always do. Rise from the ashes like the phoenix on the flex back to 2. You're watching H to the 3. 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 I'm out.
Wow. Jay-Z. Are we going to get sued?
Oh my God.
Wow. That's got to be kind of a fantasy for you, Ian, as such a fan of hip-hop, to have...
I had a little bit of chills.
You got chills?
I did.
Dude, because Jay-Z just wrote a song for us.
Yeah.
That's got to be like you just wrote a Jay-Z song, Ian.
Yeah, it's too bad no one will see it because Rock Nation is going to take this shit down.
Yeah, they're going to sue us.
And so yeah, that's the end. That's the end of the presentation.
Oh my God.
Dude, that song is amazing. I would
That was
make that
amazing.
I would make that our theme song, but I'm afraid they'll like take down every episode we use it in, you know? You heard about that? Wow. Tell me about the process of making that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to give a huge shout out to Vocal Synthesis on YouTube, who started this whole thing.
Vocal Synthesis.
Go check him out. He's got so many of these voices over there. He's got Trump. He's got
I have to
Kanye.
look. I
He's
have
got
to.
Bernie Sanders. He's got so many people. So
Yo, I wonder
was-
because we're looking for someone to do impressions for the show. I wonder if he could have a robot do impressions.
Oh.
But I wonder
AI.
if he types in something real fast. Yeah, but I wonder if you could really have a conversation. You know.
I see what you mean. Like on the go.
It kind of
Yeah.
Needs to be pre-planned.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, but yeah, it kind of has to be pre-scripted because there's a bit of a process to generate all these little sound bites.
yeah, it takes a lot of hours of data entry and training the system to recognize the voice patterns.
So you just wrote the lyrics, you gave it to him to churn out and Jay-Z voice. And how'd you do the singing picture?
So that I found an app that it's like it maps your face like an emoji, you know, like iPhone's an emoji thing. So I had to point the camera at my face and then I did the whole song, mapped it to Jay-Z's face.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I gave him the lyrics and he was down. Took him a few days and then he sent it to me. Then I sent it to Zach and Zach made the instrumental.
Yo, you made the instrumental, Zach?
No
Yeah, that
way.
Whoa! An H3 Crew original.
Oh
Wait,
my
how
God.
did you... So, Zach, you made the music to the lyrics?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is Ian's thing. You know, this is totally Ian's thing. But he sent me the AI lyrics, and there were multiple sets. And Ian's like, make a Jay-Z style beat, and I did. Put the drums, the bass, and piano.
Dude,
and
you guys, that was so impressive.
Seriously.
That song was
I feel like I've
super-
been under a human experience right now, or experiment.
Yeah.
Because like I knew it was fake and there's no meaning in it, but I still feel like
Jay-Z wrote a song for us.
yeah.
But the music was sick as well. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
impressed. Good job, everyone. You know, I got to say, like, ultimately, while you did a fantastic job, Ian, and I'm super impressed, I do wonder if I could replace you with a robot. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think you'd want to
It
do
seems
that.
like the technology is there.
I mean, like hypothetically, I suppose.
Yeah.
But we'd never want to use that technology.
No,
of
I would
course.
never want to.
Yeah.
I would never want to.
You sure you want me to look into it a little bit? I can do a little Googling.
Yeah. Yeah, we better just look into it.
Okay.
It's cost saving, you know. This probably doesn't sleepwalk and
I'll
all
check it
that.
out.
Yeah. Wow, great job.
That
Wow,
was
wow,
amazing.
Ian, Zach, Ian, Zach. And what's the other channel's name?
Vocal synthesis.
Vocal Synthesis.